I'll show you guys what I've been working on this week, melting my brain. And I'll caveat by saying that there's more work to do. Even this piece of work is not yet merged into main, but there's a PR up for this, and then there'll be follow-on work to make it ready for prime time. So you can see that I'm in the models file here, and inside of these topics, I now have a new keyword. This keyword is, like I say, because it's not released, won't autocomplete for you, but you now have a views keyword. So just like we added topic scoped relationships, I've added topic scoped views. And so now I can do any customizations to views or their fields that will only be applied within the context of a topic.
Woohoo!
The way this works is that it actually, all of the layering within views, if you're in, branch or workbook, all of the layering is applied first just within the topic scope views. And then at the time that we actually go and get the topic model for, like, hey, I'm in a workbook and I've decided I want to do some analysis within a topic, at that point we actually resolve the topic scope views into the model scope views. And so the topic scope views can either extend from a model scoped view, which is what I'm doing right here. So this actually creates a new view within the scope of that topic, or they can just extend their same view. So like these are, it's like there's another layer being applied to the views within the context of that model. So these fields will be customized within the context of that topic. So you can
Is
see.
there any restriction? Is it sort of just like you literally can do anything that you could do in a view?
Yes.
Like you could change the primary key. You can just like, you can kind of do, it's just like a little view file that's sitting in there. So sick.
Yeah.
And it's terrifying.
It's a little bit terrifying, but I think it's actually really useful, and it, you know I think it's really useful. I'm excited about it. Just to show it working in some of the stuff that was difficult that I ran into, like in this view, you can see that, like, I've added a full name dimension that only is within the scope of this context. I've added or within the scope of this topic, I've added this topic only count, and I've labeled status within the orders view. And so just to kind of show that happening, you can see status in topic is picking up that label. If I were to switch out of this topic, it wouldn't have that customization on it. And you can see I've selected the topic only count and the users only count. So the users count gets retains its definition within the original view, and the topic only count picks up that bogus, like I added a million to it. Who doesn't want another million? What else can we show you here? Oh, I'll show you just the uses extends stuff. This is, I guess, sorry, I've got a breakpoint. That probably will work. Oh, it's going to error because these fields don't exist. No, it's going to error because of something else. We need a way to reset and reset.
Oh, use the button. That's what the button's for.
Where's the button?
Your message, and it's over here.
It's my beautiful button.
Oh, you got to open up the thing to...
Yeah, again, you have to do it for each one of the fields. It's true.
Right. Live UX feedback.
Don't mess up my demo. Anyway, so you can see that in this one, what did I do over here? Oh, I have this other view that's extending from users ext is identical to users. except that it has this different count. And then what else was I going to show? Oh, this actually fixed, along with this, fixed an existing problem that we had with go to definition. So extends used to actually try and take you to where the view to the extends, but now we retain the YAML path from basically the last touched object that you're trying to go to, in whatever layer it's touched in. So all the like go to definition stuff works. So for example, like, users ext is a topic view. I'm going to go show you the topic view, but if I go and say I go to this guy here that's hasn't been touched, and so I'm going to take you to the view, the model view definition of it, and that flows through also to all of the the fields. If you click go to on a field, it'll find the last place that it was touched and take you to that particular definition, whether it's in a extension of a view or extension of a field, a topic scope view, etc., etc. And then one other thing that I was going to show, because Stephen made my life difficult last week, but if I add a bad field definition to one of these things, this actually works with the auto fixer. The auto fixer knows whether it should go and remove it from the topic scope view or the model scope view. So it's been a lot of fun, and I think that we're getting close. The things that are keeping this from being released at this time is basically model extension mutation is kind of a mind mess to figure out what exactly needs to happen there. There may need to be some UX around it. Like, what does it mean if I want to modify a field within the context of a topic that has a topic scope view? Like, where do we go to do that modification? So there's a little bit of work to get over the line, but I think that we'll be there soon.
That's just so sick.
Concerns?
No, that is awesome, and it's without a doubt the right way to do curation for topics and stuff. We've gotten a bunch of asks like this. This is really nice.
Does this change the way that we would recommend someone does alias stuff?
That was one of the kind of things that led us to this, is like, hey, maybe it would be nice if instead of doing the join to view as this, we just have a way to create a view extension that only exists in the context of that model, and then you kind of get this nice, it's a little bit more contained and a little bit less surprising. I will say it's still slightly awkward, because if I then I still need to create a relationship with it that's in that topic scope.
I kind of already tell people to put relationships for alias stuff that's like one-offy into topics.
Totally.
I think it just helps to have like little design patterns here, because if you're structurally remodeling it, you should probably just put an extension to the model and have a buyers and sellers view and treat them like tables. But I think if it's like encapsulated in a topic, we probably want you to do it in place with joins in place and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, like I say, this was definitely one of the motivations for developing this, is like, hey, let's make it let's like shift where that happens so that it's a little bit more clear what's going on. So
it definitely makes doing kind of contextual curation on it. Like, so like if buyers and sellers, you want to have a few slightly different fields, that are derivatives, or like hide fields or something like that, which would make a ton of sense for a lot of reasons. This is without a doubt a much better way to do that.
Yeah, or things like I want to apply different labels, or it's like all this stuff, and I'm not good at coming up with what all the use cases are, but you asked, like, can you just do everything? Like, yes, I think our customers are going to figure out some crazy patterns, and yeah, we should be playing with it and figuring out what are our recommended patterns. Like, where is this actually really useful?
We should try to do, I don't know if Jess is here, but we should try to use this on our analytics model because we have a very similar sitch with the content topic has like, we joined a user's alias a few times for like the document creator and document consumer, and there's some diffs there, and this would be way more elegant.
Does this also mean that a topic could theoretically be the entire model?
Like no view files.
I mean, if you wanted to literally install like a completely defined thing in one object, you could just do it in the topic right now, right?
Yes, you can probably now. Yeah.
I'm not saying that I was going to go do that, but it's kind of interesting that you can actually have like a completely encapsulated file.
This may be obvious, but what's the use case of that? Or is it more just the possibility of it?
You can see it all at once.
Yeah,
So like, if I need to go paste in something that I know has no dependencies, you just know that you're pasting in something that has no dependencies. So again, like that is not a good reason probably, but it's just sort of interesting that you can actually see the entire, like an entire query or topic in one blob.
I mean, the use case I would have for it is like whenever I have to like blow away my database, I'm
Exactly.
like, I go into demo and I like copy over all the stuff from each view file so I can like have a richer experience to play with, and it would be one thing to copy instead of multiple things to copy. But I don't think that's really a valid one for, well, I don't know, for our customers. I mean, if they're having
No, I mean,
move
I think
stuff.
for little use cases like that, there actually is something interesting there. Like it probably still not recommended because it comes with a lot of deficiencies too, but
I think the other one that I've thought is kind of interesting is that this is sort of like, hey, maybe I want to expose some stuff in a topic that I just don't want showing up in all views and fields. Like I want to make something that's even richer or fuller or exposes some things that I just don't want people seeing in the context of all views and fields.
yeah.
There's also some things that like fields that maybe only make sense in the context of their joins that might make sense to put here. So if you're comparing fields across two different views or something to that tune where it really doesn't belong in either view, but it does belong at the topic level.
Yeah, this is bare joins in Looker. Don't need to do that crazy thing. Can do this instead. Like
Yeah.
Does mean though that like it would be nice to get like there's a lot going, these topics getting bigger, right? So like that just even trying to grok what's going on in there is going to be harder, like finding the topics, right? So some of the work that maybe Jared was looking at would be nice to start pulling into like how can we either highlight them or like have some other way to like semantically browse a file.
Yeah, object browser type stuff like Looker.
Or pull it out, and do you put topics in separate files or?
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely true. And even ERDs and stuff like that would be useful. I still want a visualization for joins.